All right. So good morning once again. Good morning, programmers. So last time, our program is going to only manage a a, a numbers, no? So in terms of like we can actually add numbers, we can edit numbers, we can delete numbers. So I'm gonna be discussing each one of this one every case. So again, the case A is going to add a value to our array, and then the V is going to search for the value of array. So as you can see, you have here the loops all throughout from the beginning, the first record of the array up to the last element of the array, now to based on the number of I, which is I is actually incremented every time we add value, okay, or element to our array. So okay, if you have observed in the search, okay, in the search block, you have here the menu in which the user can choose to search by index and search by value. And then you have the if conditions. Okay. So you will ask the user to type an index from 0 to that particular record or record count. And then you have here the if condition if that particular value entered by the user is going to be within the range of the index, then therefore it will give the user a prompt message that it is invalid. Now, only that it is for now num index, because again, we stop our discussion during from the case V only now. So we haven't finished it like up to the search, edit, and delete. Okay, so allow me to ano muna, go over with this one. So and then after that, if option is equal to 1, let's say that is searched by value instead of the index is going to be searched, then the value is going to be uh, used for searching a value if there is a value such that. So if there is a value that is stored on that particular or element, if there is a the value is going to match with the elements of the array, it is using a loop, will have to compare each element. So once it is compared, or once it is actually like parang makita niya na na value such that, and then you have the is found, and then blah blah blah. Okay, so now we have here the edit. So the edit is also going to have like menu to edit by index and edit by value. So right here, you have the what they call this one, type by type an index same, and then this time instead of searching only, it is going to change the value afterwards. So based on that particular index, so we have here C out num index was changed to value. Okay, and then same with the edit by value, but this time instead of the it is based on the index, it is going to base on the value. Okay, so same, we have the loops here to look for from the beginning of an array up to the number of uh, the elements of the array, and then you have there in this block of statement to compare whether the that value is actually found at the element of the array. And then once it is found, that's the time you will ask for the user to enter new value. And then when the user enter new value, this will be assigned to that particular index. Ayan. So that is why you can say that value there was changed successfully to a new value. Okay, from that value to new value. So that is the same way to uh, yeah, I mean, everything is actually discussed on that method, and on that, what they call this one. uh, video that I have sent to you. So another one is delete. So I have also discussed there the cascade delete. So since we are not able to directly delete an element to an array directly, so we'll need to do cascade delete. Okay, the cascade delete is you'll need to instead of actually deleting a value, you'll need a loop to actually replace the next element to it of the next element of the array will be replacing the element to be deleted and the rest of the element after that. So um, ang iyahang idea is that if you have elements like 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, and 15, and if you're going to remove 5, so 5 will be removed in our array. In order for us to remove 5, we cannot remove 5 directly. So we'll need to cascade 8, 10, and 15. So you start with this loop, or you start with your loop from this index or from this value, and then you replace it with like what will happen is that it is it will be like this. So the 5 will be replaced by 8, and 8 will be replaced by 10, and 10 will be replaced by 15, and then there is still 15 there in the elements of the array. However, we will make this as like unreachable. Okay, unreachable, or something like inaccessible. So inaccessible. So that value cannot be accessed anymore by, okay, by having this I minus minus. So meaning to say, from our current records, let's say we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From current record 6, it will be now 5. So making it the last element becomes non-reachable or unreachable or inaccessible. So that is actually what happens in the cascade delete. And where is the cascade delete happens? So actually I have shown the two versions of it. The other one is this one, i-comment lang ako. And then the other one is this one, kanina part. So all you just need to do is you just have to have another delete as a by value, no? After looking for the value, you'll have to look for you'll have to compare the value if it is found at the if it is going to match the element of the array of, or at least nine match. After that, you are going to break the if condition, and this is where the cascade delete happens. So the cascade delete happens is based sa ato ang presentation sa array, mag-swap siya. So let's say kani siya na kani ang i-delete na to 5. So it is going to start there. So using this x here, kani. So kung asa niya nakitaan ang value x, so mag-start ato ang loop with that value or that index, and then it goes through to the rest of the element. And after that, every element is going to be changed by the element next to it. So that is where the cascade delete happens. And then you'll need to uh, I minus minus to decrease or to decrement the value of your records, or the index of your not the index but the current record of your what they call this one, mm, your array. So that's what happened, and that's everything is or was explained in that video that I have sent to you. Okay, so since wala na mo ina-continue with during our class, so let's continue with that here. So this time let's um, comment the num, because we're not gonna be using num. Instead, we are going to use this data sources. So we have name, gender, and age. So we're going to maintain this record piece of data now, so for a person, so name, gender, and age. So we're done with the uh, adding of records. So let's say we have here enter name, gender, age, and then you have I plus plus. So this would tell how many current records do we have already. Okay, in our pro and in our So this is our counter variable for our loop, no, or counter loop or loop control variable. Okay, that if ever it is going to reach the max capacity or value of our array, so it is going to stop the adding of values. And then right here in the V, so what you can see is just a loop from the beginning to the I to this particular loop control variable. So this is loop control variable. Yeah, loop control variable. And then, so you have here later na yung mga error because again, the we just changed the data into like mga name na instead of numbers. So from here, you'll need to concatenate the values so that they will be concatenated each time the loop or each time the loop executes from 0 up to that loop control variable. So you have there x, first index of the array of in the name, gender, and age. Yan. And then, every time na mag-loop siya, i-concatenate lang to niya. And then, it will be displayed or it will be stored in the hold. And then afterwards, we can now display hold. Okay, so now let's proceed with the searching mechanism. So in the searching mechanism, uh, since we are still having like na num there. Okay, what we are going to do here is we'll need to determine since index naman so it would be easier to us. So let's say index, then we'll just have to display here name index is found at index. Okay, and then we can continue the information about or no need actually no. So sige, putang na to. See out, have gender. So have gender index. So you can play along with your array. It depends on what you would like to achieve. No, that's how array works. As long as you follow the syntax. Okay, and then yeah. So uh, actually, no need of is found at index. Okay, it's just if there is actually a value in that index, so we'll just need to display it. Okay, right. So just have to have backslash n, backslash n, backslash n. Right? So this is the same thing we do in um, value by search or search by value. Nabaliktad. Okay, search by value. In the search by value, you just have to here. So, butang nato diri ang katong atong i-search na value. Okay? Or atong display. So, So it depends on what you're going to look for or search for. If it is name, then you'll need to use here like name. But this time, your value should be also something like, uh, since I guess this value is an integer value there, so we'll need to change this to a string. Okay, wait for a while. Kasi this time search by name. Only that Sa search by, if you're going to look for a name, siyempre 'no, ang name, if siyempre there are names na magkapare-pareha, 'no, so na ay probably Jane, Jay, Kyle, the same. So the only first occurrence of that value will be search. So the other J that has the same name sa katong name, meaning to say if na ay duplication of names, then therefore dili ma-search tong other names. So naa siya that is only the first occurrence of value of a value. So to resolve that, we'll need to have ID for each element or for each value, and that's ID must be our that is our primary key or parang unique ID. No? So para unique siya, bahalag pareha og name. Basta the name is unique. So this time, you have here, sige. So you don't have to typecast this to toString because it's already like value is not, it's not found. So if value is equal to name x, and then so you don't have to typecast now because of here the value is found at index, then a particular index there. So until we completed all these things right here, na mawala ni siya ng mga errors. So that's the time we can actually run our program. So there, no? So mo na atong gi-change. And then let's also copy paste this one and let's go proceed to our edit section. In the edit section, that's the same thing we do this time. We are going to ask the user to change or type new value for that name. So you have the value and then the name should be changed to, so kani ang ano na to for editing, what is or what unsay i-change nimo, ang name lang ba, ang gender lang ba, or everything, ano? So you can actually like have a copy of like parang another input statement in which you will ask for, so you have here something like type new value for name. For name, ayan. Okay, and then let's say for gender, and then ang nato diri gender. If in case i-change niya ang gender, nagpa-change siya gender just in case or namali lang siya type, and then of course the age, no? So you have here age. Okay, so you will just use the value, but you can have here another like value, name, gender, age. It depends on you, but it doesn't matter kasi I will just use value for, we'll just use value all throughout. But this is not a good idea. I would recommend you to assign any other variable for each of the array. So like probably N to represent name, G to represent gender, and A to represent age. So might as well you will need to declare variables there, no, sa taas. But this time we can actually take this one. So anyway, every time this statement is finished, it is not going to go back. So it is going to proceed with the next statement. So therefore, the next value or the new value that is entered for this one will be stored to gender. However, there is a part na name index blah 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 kani, you'll need to do this one like every time mag-input ka, you'll need to do this one. Name is equal to index is equal to value. So, para ma-change directly ang name with this value. Okay? Kasi another input will be for gender. So, this is the time na mag-change nimo ang value for that gender. So if that this is the case now. But again, if you would like na diri na mag-edit na part, so again, you will have to create variables for each of this variable, and then diri na ka na part later mag-edit. Okay? So, ayan. So, let's continue na lang this one since nasugdan na nato. So, we have here age index is equal to value. Okay, and then we are going to remove now this one. Okay. So, name index was changed successfully to value. So, it's not only the index now or that particular value is changed kasi pwede na i-change na to ang value niya, or we remain it, or like we retain the values, or sorry, we retain the value. So, this time, ang ato ang output might not be appropriate. So, pwede na ta moingon na record na lang was successfully changed. Okay. All right then. So after this, let's go to our the other option, which is value, edit by value. So we will need to change this one again. Okay. And then you have here, so let's say, let's look for name, and then have to, okay, copy paste that one. Indent na lang. Ato lang to sa correct indentation. Okay. So, there. And then, records. Dito na ta records. Records was successfully changed. Ano na di IC now? Ay, yeah. So, kasi nag-hold man dahil no? So, we'll use hold equals there. Ayan. Okay, so this time, we'll need to copy-paste this one. Okay, change na po natin ito rin. Record, or ayan, record or records was, kaduhan man na where, or depende, mali ang grammar, pero sige na lang. Anyway, let's not stick with the grammar now. So, record was successfully changed. So, now, the delete part. So, in the delete part, all you just need to do is, so right here, you'll need to use or to choose, to change this to like name. Actually, i-copy paste ang pwede mo ni name, and then do the same for gender, and then for age, and then gender, and then for age. And then, so ato na lang importante. Record was deleted successfully from array. Okay? So, this is for, ayan. And then this is also change natin into name. And then, so since atong basis is looking for the name value, so ayan, and then after that, copy paste nato ni siya, and then we go right here. Okay. Chadan, we're done. Okay. So let's run our program. Let's see. Okay, there's an error, some part of our program, particularly in, asa daw dapit? Age index value, line 128. Line 128, ayun. Dara. Age index value. I see. Kasi age is an integer value. So, um, uh, I don't know if we can typecast this one too. Let's try to do it like typecast na to siya. Okay. So, ayan, because it's a string, no? So, it would be difficult for us to typecast it. So, might as well, mauna na lang tong time na mag-declare na lang jud ta og value for age value. So, ito na lang butang diri, age value. Okay? Kasi integer man siya. Among all, kasi siya ang integer. Then, atong value is a string. So, butang na lang ta diri age value. That which is intended for, wait lang, copy paste na to ni, and then let's proceed to, I didn't see this coming. I'm so sorry. So, click na to ni. So, you have here, this one right here, age value. This will be age value. All right. So, uh, hmm, the other one is this one. So, this should be age value. Okay. Sige. So, let's run the program now. And ayun. So, current record or records, still we have 0. So, upon adding, let's say we have J, male, and then let's say 16. Ayan. Record successfully stored to array. So, let's say Arya, female, and then, oy, Arya, sorry. A pa di ito dapat. Cited match lang. Okay, kani siya, kailangan daw nimo siya og mga initial values. Basta mag-warning. Yan, mawala na siya unya. And then, for this one, para pantay siya, we'll need to have \t there. If you're like OZ, no? Lahan kag mga arrange imuhang program. Okay. So we have here A. So we have, let's say again, let's say Jane, female, 16. Yeah, record successfully stored A. So Jan, male, 12. Yeah. So upon viewing it, you have Jane and Jan already stored to your array. So if you're going to like add some more, so Kyle, male, 23. Ayan. Keep on adding ta. So let's say Piolo, male, 45. And then add pa ta one more. So let's say Angel, and then female, and then 34. And then if you want to add one more, so this would give you array is already full, no? Kasi ang capacity nato is only, or max capacity nato is only up to 5 for each of our array. So every time you keep on adding, already array is already full na siya. So right here, we view our records. So there, nanatay records. And then let's say we are going to search for a record. So type 0 to search for an index. So let's say 0. And then type 0 to 4. So let's say we are going to display Kyle. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3. So parang 0, 1, 2, 2 di. So that's the parang ID ni Kyle, kumbaga. So there, name, Kyle, gender male, age 23. Okay, so if in case na wala to siya, of course, not found niya. So let's have here 1. And let's try to look for, let's say, Jan. Okay. Jan. So, Jan is found at index 1 pero wala nato siya na display. Na di ay asa ay wala di ay wa jud ay nato display. Jan is found at index 1 pero wala nato display. Check double check nato na later on. So let's view our record. So try nato to edit. So let's say so 0. We have, let's say, i-edit nato si Jan. So index 1. So type new value for name Jan. So let's say this is James. So James na siya, and then may gender niya male or female, or it's up. Yeah, male na lang, and then let's say ang edad is 15 di ay. So dapat na siya record successfully updated. How come wala? Anyway, let's try to look at it. Kung na-change pa siya, yeah, it's already changed to James from Jan. So na-delete na-edit siya. So let's try to edit by value. So let's look for Piolo. Okay, so Piolo. So how come James yung nakitaan? So let's look into that one. Try na to basin si Piolo jud ang naano na basin display lang ang nagka-error or display lang ang represented lang. So meaning ang display lang atong probably si Piolo siguro ang naano na. Pero let's try. Let's say part and then let's say male and then let's say 23. So record was successfully changed. Let's look. So dapat si Piolo ang ma-change do ang gi-display niya si James. So James male 15. Pero let's try to look into it kung yan si James Juday na edit. Okay? So mo na tong i-look into later on. So let's have here the delete. So let's delete 0 first in the, let's say delete nato si start. So that's index 1. So record was deleted successfully. So now current records nato now is 4. Let's view kung na-delete ba yung si Tart. There, na-delete si Tart. Let's delete one more. So let's delete Piolo. So that is Piolo. Siguro probably this is the same error sa edit na to. Okay. So Piolo was deleted successfully. So tama, only ang edit ang problem na to. So there. All right. So let's go back to our edit. So atong edit is so you have here index edit value. Ay okay, tama dito diri sa edit pero there is edit by index dito sa edit by value. So value is okay. Have here x. Okay, and then type new value. Okay, kasi why is it like index? Nga dapat this should be x by value man eh. So this should be x. Wait, copy paste mangguday nato no ganina. So this should be x. It should be x. So careful ta in copy paste. Ayun. That's the reason behind no nganong na mali ta. I mean, wala siya nag-error kasi ang index is used or na-declare siya sa taas. So that's why probably yes, this is probably because index is used before and kung unsa tong last value sa index mao tong ma-edit dire. Ayan. And then I guess okay na siya. So ato lang siyang i-tangan og /t. Same thing with right here. Okay, so let's have the edit na part kasi mao naman to error. So, okay, so let's say Mart, male, 16. Okay, let's say Jane, female, and age is 12. Okay, so let's now view there. So let's edit, okay, by value. So let's type here 1. So type value to edit. Let's say Jane. I-edit na to si Jane. That's 1. Ay, anong 1 man ako. Dapat Jane, sorry. Balik. Edit. 1, tapos Jane. So type new value for Jane. So let's say uh, Riza. And then let's have here female. And then value for age is, let's say, 21. So record was successfully changed. So let's look into Riza kung na-change ba siya. So there, na-change na siya into Riza female from Jane. Asa to si Jane. Ayun. There. So wala lang na-arrange. So kulangan ng tag backslash T. Ana. All right. Question so far. You guys want to know kung from scratch ani katong video, and then this is the actually the continuation of uh, what we do what we actually did last time. Okay, so before we'll proceed with our discussion today, any questions so far? Hello everyone. Na question wala? Unya na mo pangatulog. Na question? Hello.
I-post na
Hello.
nimo answer sa
Ang
YouTube sir.
Opo,
Ang
opo, opo. But I will not be giving you the codes kasi I want you guys to really do it on your own kasi kung maghatag ko codes maging dependent mo. So I want you to do it on your own and then by following sa katong code. Again, ang start ani nga gibuhat na ang starting ani is katong send na ko sa inyo sa GC. Okay, right after nahuman mi sa mong klase last Saturday, after ato post na ako sa YouTube para I could actually share it to everyone. And then continuation lang ni on that part. Ayan. So na name mga ani na. So we'll keep this code kasi ato ni siyang store sa data store sa file no kanang temporary at permanent na nato siya ma-store. Okay? So let's have here kapitang na lang sa nako ni dire. All right? And then so when you try to observe medyo daghan siya codes na repeated, no? Balik-balik. So, daghan siya codes na balik-balik. For instance, this one right here, kanina part, so if index blah blah blah, kanina part po siya, balik-balik siya sa 3 ka-cases. So, sa case, try na to ha, case. Sa case, asa na to? Sa case S, balik ang type 0 to search by index. Tapos, balik po siya dire sa E. Balik po siya sa D. Okay, almost all, no? Sa tanang cases, nagbalik-balik siya. At the same time, naapoy balik na codes right here na kaning if condition. Balik po siya right here in the if condition. Kani. So, then balik po siya with in the delete section. So also with this section right here, kanina section sa loop og if balik po na siya diri sa delete na if Okay? So, kung napansin niyo na yung mga codes na balik-balik. And that is what that's our next topic, which is method or function. Okay? So, we are going to make this code organized in a way that this can be maintained uh, easily, and then in terms of reading our codes, it will be easier for us to trace, easier for us to debug. At the same time, we are able to recycle some codes in our program. So that is by way of functions or methods. And I could not afford going directly to like creating methods or something like magdiretso ta with this function with this program by not defining to you what is method or function or the basic of how it is actually done in C++. Okay, so I'm gonna be stop recording this one, and let's have the remaining 1 hour to discuss the function. Okay.